Have you ever sat alone and wondered why being more intelligent sometimes feels like a punishment? I mean, the people who are truly intelligent, right? They often end up alone. And those who are below average, their social life is booming. Why Arthur Schopenhauer had answered this question a long time ago. History's most bitter but truthful philosopher, he said, intelligence is like a mirror that shows the other person their truth, a truth they themselves don't want to see. And the world will hate you the most when you show them what they are running from. People think intelligent people are alone because they are socially awkward, but Schopenhauer saw this more deeply. He said an intelligent person doesn't need to say much. Their presence is enough. They just enter a room and the others automatically become restless, as if someone has revealed the truth inside them. Because the truth is, nobody wants to see their own truth. Have money and people bow. Have looks and people swoon. Have power and people respect. But have intelligence and people burn with envy. And they keep that burning envy hidden, even from themselves. Now, the question arises, how did Schopenhauer understand all this? And why are his words even more relevant today? Born in 1788, this guy saw the world differently from the very beginning. He wasn't some philosopher locked away in books. He lived what he wrote. When he became a lecturer, he scheduled his class at the same time as Hegel. Hegel was a big name then. Schopenhauer thought he was a fraud. Hegel's class would be full and his would be empty. But he didn't drown in bitterness. He asked himself a question. Why do people accept lies so comfortably? Why are we afraid of the truth? This is where his real thinking began. Schopenhauer didn't just see this at the university. Wherever someone is a little more intelligent, a pattern repeats itself. The deeper a person thinks, the more people start to sideline them in subtle ways. They are not rude, they don't show ego, yet their presence makes people feel small. Schopenhauer had inherited money, but he lived simply and alone. He didn't need validation from society, so he just kept observing how people form groups, how they adopt someone, and how they slowly push someone out. The patterns he noticed were not beautiful, but they were the same every time. Now, what he understood 200 years ago, modern science is proving today. Social psychology and brain research have revealed some shocking things. Studies say that when a person feels less intelligent than someone else, the same areas of the brain are activated as in physical pain, meaning when someone says, "He hurt my ego," it's not just an expression, it is literally pain at the brain level. A 2021 study even found that when we are around a very smart person, our brain processes them as a threat. We have a part in our brain called the amygdala, which sounds the danger alarm. When faced with someone clearly more intelligent, the amygdala activates directly, as if a danger has arrived, and that's why people become defensive without thinking. Another Stanford study said if you are alone with that smart person, this reaction is milder, but as soon as more people enter the room, that ego wakes up even more. Why? Because a person wants to protect their status in public more than when alone. But this isn't just about mind wiring. Schopenhauer understood things on another dark level. He saw this isn't just an automatic reaction. Humans feel it consciously too, and from there emerges a very big dark truth. And he said people don't just envy an intelligent person for no reason. Intelligence itself becomes an emotional trigger. It stirs something inside a person that they keep hidden even from themselves. When a smart person enters a conversation, everyone else automatically starts comparing themselves. Whether they want to or not, it happens. It's like a game is going on in a local ground, and suddenly a professional player arrives. Everyone else's shortcomings automatically start showing. Now, people don't directly say, "This guy made me feel small," but they assume that he thinks he's above us, even if that smart person hasn't said a word. Sometimes, just their silent presence makes people feel like they are being judged. And the most ironic thing is, the more intelligent a person truly is, the less they judge others. But it doesn't matter, because people react to that invisible mirror that shows them their own limitations, not to any actual statement from that person. This is why you often hear, "He thinks he's so smart," about a person who has never shown off their intelligence. Now, the real question is, when other types of superiority don't sting as much, why does intelligence cause the most discomfort? Schopenhauer made a powerful point here too. He saw that intelligence brings rejection, whether it's a man or a woman, but that rejection plays out differently for both. Smart men either get rivalry or are slowly cut out from the group, but for smart women, the rejection becomes a whole other level of tension, which Schopenhauer called a double bind. They are punished not just for being intelligent, but for breaking that invisible social cage that says, a woman should be like this. Society gives them a choice, either be liked or be respected. Women's beauty is openly celebrated, but their intelligence is not. Schopenhauer stated a painful truth. If a woman is both beautiful and intelligent, these two qualities combined make her even more lonely, because beauty attracts people from the outside, but intelligence then pushes them away from that same point. And now modern research is showing the same thing. Studies indicate that women who are truly intelligent often hide their capabilities, especially in social settings, because they face a pressure that men don't to the same extent. Psychologists call this the competence-likability trade-off, meaning the smarter or more capable a woman appears, the less likable she is perceived to be. And this perception exists not just in men, but in women too. Now think about it. In every group, the most popular person is rarely the most intelligent. Schopenhauer explained why mediocrity gives comfort. It's like a warm blanket that makes you feel Don't worry, you're fine just the way you are. People with average thinking never hurt anyone's ego. They don't touch anyone's self-image. They don't raise the question in you that, hey, maybe you should grow a little more too. Instead, they give you validation that your thinking is sufficient too. Now pay attention. When you listen to a normal group's conversation, what are the topics? Simple things, casual jokes, nothing that requires much thought. Why? Because surface level conversation provides comfort, but as soon as someone says something deep or complex, a silence falls over the room. The vibe instantly becomes heavy. Schopenhauer had seen this pattern in every field. The average artist is featured in the gallery, but the brilliant artist remains outside. The normal writer becomes a bestseller, but the deep thinker remains unread. This isn't because people can't tell the difference, but because mediocrity never challenges anyone's reality. Brilliance does. Brilliance is that mirror that reminds you, you could have thought a little more too, but you chose the easy way out, and people avoid this uncomfortable reality. Now look at today's world. All of Schopenhauer's patterns are repeating, just with new names. See it in the workplace or scroll through social media. That smart colleague who never gets invited to lunch. That thoughtful post that gets ignored while the same silly meme goes viral. This pattern isn't new. Schopenhauer saw it 200 years ago. Now we give it new names. Culture fit, emotional intelligence. Sure, it sounds good, but have you ever thought what not a culture fit really means? Often, it's just a disguised code for people who make others mentally uncomfortable. Even tech companies that say they value intelligence, the real game there is different. It's not always necessary to be the smartest one every time. The real game begins when you can make others feel smart, and this has become even more obvious lately. On social media, deep thoughts are often ignored, and things that are simple and just agreeable are what go viral. Why? Because depth forces you to think, and thinking causes discomfort. Most people prefer to hear what just makes them feel confident, not something that forces them to question themselves. And the same pattern is visible in education. Schools and colleges all say, we value intelligence, but those who actually get rewarded are rarely the most original thinkers. In reality, the reward goes to those who make things so simple that everyone can understand, even if depth is sacrificed. Now, listen. The weirdest thing in this whole pattern is this. Society both wants intelligence and is most afraid of it. Schopenhauer called this the ultimate social paradox. Every society celebrates its geniuses after they die. Newton, Einstein, Curie. They are put on a pedestal today, but when they were alive, Newton lived alone. Einstein's teachers called him stupid, and Curie was rejected by the entire scientific world. This paradox is visible everywhere. Companies say, we want innovation, but the moment someone challenges the system, they are sidelined. Universities say, brilliant minds welcome, but the reward goes to those who play by the system's rules. Society wants progress, but it is most afraid of the very people who bring it. Schopenhauer had said, intelligence is that power which can neither be controlled nor predicted. You can regulate money, you can limit power, you can make rules for beauty. But what an intelligent person will think or discover tomorrow, no one has control over that. But understanding this pattern doesn't mean you have to always feel alone. Schopenhauer wasn't just stating a problem, he was showing you a way. First, if you are intelligent, you are not doing anything wrong. People's reactions are not about you. It's just a natural social pattern. Just understanding this can lift a lot of mental weight. Second, you don't need to have deep conversations everywhere. Learn to read the room. Give your most complex thoughts only to those who can truly understand and appreciate them. This isn't an act, it's just wisdom. And third, find your tribe. Schopenhauer himself observed that truly intelligent people don't play in large groups. They grow in small but deep connection circles. In today's internet age, finding such minds is easier than ever before. You don't need validation from the whole world. You just need a few people who can understand you. That is enough. Some of history's most successful minds did the same. They built a balance between rejection and depth. Like Richard Feynman, a brilliant physicist who wasn't just known for being a genius, but because he explained complex things in such a simple and relatable way that the listener became curious, not confused. He made it his intelligence inviting, not threatening. Or Ada Lovelace, considered the first computer programmer. She created social laboratories, safe spaces where thinking people could talk openly, but also make others feel welcome. She showed the world that intelligence isn't an isolating thing if you can create the right environment. Benjamin Franklin, despite being such a great thinker, always presented himself as a learner. He would frame his points as advice or questions so the listener felt like an equal part of the conversation, not like superiority was being asserted. Now think, when all these things come together, you change your way of seeing the world. Being intelligent doesn't mean being alone. Schopenhauer didn't say these things to scare you. He just stated the reality so you could understand it and live smartly. Darwin spent years in isolation. Einstein developed his theories sitting in a patent office. Marie Curie faced rejection from the world, but they still made their impact and found fulfillment in their lives. The key is neither to hide your intelligence nor to act average. The key is to understand these social patterns. Instead of fighting them, navigate them in your own way. Sometimes this means taking a step back. Sometimes it means choosing the right people, but always, every time, staying true to yourself. Just remember this: society may be afraid of smart minds, but it needs them the most. Every big change has always come from someone who thought deeper, saw clearer, and had the courage to be truly smart. This pattern is still the same now, and it will remain so in the future. So next time you feel that people are uncomfortable with your thinking, just remember Schopenhauer's words: you are not doing anything wrong. You are just holding up a mirror, and what people see in that mirror or how they react is not your responsibility. If you feel this video answers your questions, make sure to like the video. And to understand more such deep thoughts, subscribe to our channel. We'll keep bringing you more thought-provoking content. Thanks for watching.